Search Assistant found a Chicago-based gift and candy shop that you can buy with as little as $43,000 down and net $195,000 after making your monthly loan payments. Let's assume you use a 10-year, 11.5% interest, 2.5% down SBA loan to purchase this $1,690,000 business that's advertising $480,000 in annual cash flow. Established in 1995, this candy shop manages to generate $1.6 million in annual revenues, operating out of a 1,500 square foot storefront with only 5 employees. Now they focus on both the retail market and their corporate market, which is typically given by real estate agents or other professionals as closing gifts or just anytime they want to make a customer or an employee feel appreciated. And they also sell directly to consumers online. And this is an area I'd really want to dig into. I feel like a lot of small stores like this actually lose money with their online presence, just because it's so expensive to go and acquire a customer. Your advertising and your marketing is so expensive. Even things that appear organic usually are not. There's usually some cost associated with it. So when you account for the acquisition costs and the shipping costs, I think a lot of companies actually lose money on their online sales, but they feel like they should have one. You know, a good business has an online presence. And to some extent that's true, and to some extent it's not. So that's something we want to dig into and make sure that they're actually doing that profitably, and then evaluate whether if we came in and we were able to run a more efficient marketing campaign, would that bring our cost to acquire a customer below our gross margin on the product so that we're actually making money selling online? So that's something to dig into. And if we find out that really when you account for all the numbers, they're not making money off of that segment, it's a great example of maybe some addition by subtraction. You stop focusing online, you stop spending on the advertising, and your profits go up. And we don't know, that might not be true for this business, but that's something that we see in the marketplace. Now, one big issue with this business is that the lease expires in 2024. In order to get the loan, your lease needs to be at least as long or longer than the loan to get the business. So you need a 10-year lease or 2 5-year options that add up to 10. This lease expires next year. In most cases, when you buy something with a retail location, you have to negotiate a new lease anyway. And that becomes really the hardest part. Landlords can be very difficult. It's much more difficult to get past the landlord's requirements than it is to get past the bank. The loan standards are somewhat standardized because it's set by the SBA. Landlords can do whatever they want. We just looked at a restaurant the other day where the landlord was requiring 2 years of rent in the bank. So they had to just have 2 years of rent sitting in cash. And that was over $700,000. And there aren't many buyers out there that are just going to hold $700,000 in cash in the bank just to make the landlord feel good. And of course, landlords always use a business transition as an opportunity to raise rents. They feel like they've got you cornered. You really want to stay in that particular location. You don't want to move. So they're going to use that to raise the rent. It just seems to always be the case. So would you buy this candy store? And check out our search assistant if you want to find more businesses like this one.